Hello, my name's Dan and I'm a retired pastor of 25 years. I've been making these videos as a way of encouraging and comforting myself and hopefully others as I try to survive my son's death. Aaron died after a 5-year struggle with a brain tumor on June 5th of 2019, and these videos are an attempt to share some of the lessons I learned through the journey. I had planned to talk with Mitch Smith, the rector of St. Martin's in the Field Episcopal Church, for this video, but I forgot it was Holy Week and Easter weekend. So I guess I really have retired from church work. I'll try and catch up with Mitch for the next video. Instead, I thought I might share with you what God taught me about remaining calm in uncertain times. The death of a loved one or a critical illness will without a doubt cause uncertainty in your life. The challenge I faced when my son died is not unlike the challenge we all face today with the coronavirus. How do we remain calm during uncertain times? For years, I'd start most days by reading the Bible and spending a little time talking to God. Usually the conversations were a little one-sided. I would ask God to provide this or to do that so I could accomplish things for Him. As the reality of my son's diagnosis set in, though, my conversations with God began to change. I started asking God to heal my boy and give me the strength to make it through this mess. And at some point during the journey, what God was trying to teach me started to sink in, and now I begin most days this way. I read the Bible as always, but now I repeat 3 Bible verses. Proverbs 20:24, a person's steps are directed by the Lord. How then can anyone understand their own way? Proverbs 16:3, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your thoughts. Proverbs 3:5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. After reading these verses, I ask God for wisdom and then just listen. I begin by repeating Proverbs 20:24 to remind me that there is very little outside the 4 walls of my house that I can actually control. God didn't ask me if I was ready to give up my boy, and no one has asked my opinion as to how to handle a pandemic. About the only thing I can control is how I react to my lack of control. That's why I repeat Proverbs chapter 16 verse 3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your thoughts. I try to commit every day to the Lord. Commit myself and everything I plan to do in that day to the Lord so that He will establish my thoughts. In uncertain times, it's the way we think that determines how we will respond. To remain calm in uncertain times, whether the death of a loved one or a radical change in our daily activities, we have to focus our thoughts on something other than the uncertain times. I choose to focus on God. I don't ask God to fix things. I ask God to make Himself more clear to me, to help me understand who He is and how He wants to make a difference in the world through me. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. If you commit your day and all you plan to accomplish in it to the Lord, He will direct your path. He'll guide you down the path you need to take at that time in your life. The challenge is to focus on God and to follow Him through the uncertainty. Since my son's death, every day has been a day of uncertainty. My daughter-in-law and 2 grandkids live here in town, but what if they move to be closer to her family? My daughter and my other granddaughter and son-in-law live in Arizona. Should we move to be closer to them? Last year my business suffered as I took time to be available for Aaron and Jessica. Do I have the strength and willpower to start all over again? And with the coronavirus, Nancy works in a hospital. What if she gets sick? What if we both get sick? Who will take care of us? When people ask, what are you doing since Aaron died? I've learned to tell them that in the morning I can tell you what I have planned for the day. At night, I'll tell you what I actually did that day. Everything in between is a mystery known only to God. That's why I start almost every day reminding myself that I am not in control. But if I commit the day to the Lord, He will give me something other than my problems to think about. And most importantly, He will guide me through the day, the months, and the years to come. Life is and always will be uncertain. I choose to focus on God and to remain calm. I hope you will as well. Until next time.